crush to get to a guard position that I call crush guard. Somebody told me it's called clamp guard. Call it what you want, and we'll go from there. Is Nick around? Okay, so I'll show you the position we're going to first, and then we'll get to that position. Sound cool? You guys are allowed to talk, and I really like I like the feedback, so feel free when I say something to actually say something back. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cooler that way, right? So here's the position we're getting to.
Can of worms.
Yeah, right. So here's the position we're getting to, guys. My far side foot is going to be my partner's hip. He's going to be down, breaking down here. I'm going to have my shoulder crush position on him. Okay. When I bring my hand through, I'm right in his joint. I'll turn around, guys. Don't worry about it. Okay. I'm getting a gable grip with my top hand palm facing my partner. Okay. And my top knee, I step on the near side hip, and I use this knee to support my top hand to keep this position. Okay. So one more time. Let's just spin around. You guys able to see that or no?
Yeah.
How much of a spin do you need?
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Were you guys able to see what I did?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's our position. Foot and a hip, shoulder crush, top knee is up, thumbs right in the joint, and I'm squeezing. Okay, so that's the position we're getting to, and that's the position we're going to be working from the entire class. Now let's get to that position. Okay, so starting from closed guard. Okay, and you can do this from other positions as well. I'm just showing you from here because it's the easiest way, all right? Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So, if you were here for my seminar on Thursday, I talked about a closed guard or a full guard is not this. I'm doing nothing right now. This is my guard. I'm using my feet, I'm using my knees, I'm using my hips, okay? If he stands up, I'm going with him. And just a simple hand will make my control easy. Whereas if I'm here, he's just gonna do whatever he wants. And now I have to open up and start my attack. So for your closed guard, Mike Mahaffey's class, right? Use your hips, control his posture, break his center line, right? Okay, so regardless of how tight he is, I need to be able to dig an underhook, right? So how am I gonna do that? I'm getting my guard. He's getting tight. I can't get through. What do I have to do? A simple hip switch. That should always open up at least enough if I keep my hand flat and just slap him right in the rib to start working my hand through, okay? Using my hips as well, I'm pulling him into me and I'm cutting my thumb right through his shoulder joint. I don't want to be on his tricep. I don't want to be up on his back. I want to cut right through that joint and pull that joint down, okay? Because that's going to weaken the whole structure as opposed to putting my hand on his back and giving him something to fight with, or putting my hand on his arm and he can just straighten it out and take it right out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We're all good so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so good active guard. Create my space. Cut through the joint. Go to my gable grip if I need to. I'll go with the inside of my hand right to his neck as I keep this down to create my space. Posture up to get my foot into his hip. Okay, I'll turn around for you guys too. From here, go back to my gable grip. I'm pulling him into me, squeezing my knees together and controlling this position. From here, if he tries to turn into me, that happens, okay? If he could turn into me, I just went through all that work for nothing, right? If I don't squeeze my knees together, he's going to be able to turn into me because I'm not controlling this joint. The controlling of this joint and his far side hip is what makes this work so well, okay? I'm not saying if I do that he can't power through it. He may be able to, but this is going to give me the most control for this position, okay? Let's turn completely around. Were you guys able to see most of what I was doing? Were you guys able to see most of what I was doing?
Yes. It was perfect.
We're not. Okay, let's go this way. Good guard. Create my space. Cut right through the joint. Make a, it's not really a frame, but I'm I'm basically karate chopping him, right? To create my space, to create my space so I can get to this position. Okay? We're gonna discuss if you can't get this knee to your hip, to your partner's hip later, but for now I want you to try. And we'll see if if anyone's having trouble, we'll address it at that time, but for now, that's your goal. Okay? Keeping your partner nice and tight. Gable gripping right on the joint, pulling him into you, knees together, top knee, step on the inside hip, support your hand, okay? Don't rely on your hand to hold his body. Add your knee, okay? Gable grip, squeeze. I want to get to this position, and then we'll move forward from there. Do you guys all understand the position I want you to get to?
Yes, sir.
Do you all understand those 3 or 4 steps I just gave? Is there any questions before we get started? Are you guys all ready to try it?
Yay!
Siggy Saggy, Siggy Saggy.
Oi, oi, oi!
Let's go. If you're like kind of on your back, kind of on your side, you're not gonna have a good what's the word I'm looking for? You're not gonna be strong. You're not gonna have a good wall in place. Okay. You need to get onto your side, because if not, it's really easy for me to just roll into you and get right back into the starting position, which is fine. You're back in the starting position, but why go through all that work just to end up where you started, right? So get to your side more.
It's all about the journey, Rich.
Number 2, everyone's really low on the tricep. Get inside the joint. I don't want you up on the back. I don't want you on the tricep. I want you right in that shoulder joint.
And don't alleviate the pressure once you have it. If you let
Yeah, once you come through, it's got to be, squeeze it down and squeeze everything into you, okay? Everything needs to be squeezed together. You can't just casually go into that position, because if you casually go into that position, real easy for your partner to just like roll right back into you, okay? So all the way on your side, directly in the shoulder joint, and keep everything tight, okay? There shouldn't be any space between you and your partner.
All right.
All good? Siggy Saggy, Siggy Saggy.
Oi, oi, oi!
How tall are you? 6'12", 6'13"? He got it, right? We'll address that.
Cool.
Okay. Anybody, so you're having a hard time getting your foot in hip?
But it's just like it's a lot of like I have to really like scrunch in and
Do you have to really scrunch in, or do you just have to shrimp out and pull your foot in and pull everything tight?
Trip out too. Well, that's an option as well.
We're allowed to do that in this position.
Very hard rules. You can only do it exactly how I tell you to do it. No.
Wait, now we're
We're,
doing
we're going to address, so what you're saying is you had a hard time getting your foot into the hip
Yeah.
because you're not giving you're not feeling like you're getting enough space for your leg.
Yes.
So if my partner's here, it came up over here, a question came up and asked me if I always do it with that clamp, or if I ever do a side guard position. I call it a side guard because you go to the side and it's on the guard, right? I don't know if it has a name, it's whatever. So when I say side guard, I mean this, right? So if you're not getting your foot in and you think this isn't acceptable, I'm on the side, I got the arm, this is acceptable, right? It's not, right? So I'm going to squeeze him here, and I'm going to squeeze him down, square up. He will get that back every time, okay? Unless I'm going to use that as a transition to quickly move on from there. If I want to attack from that position and I go to that side guard thing, he'll always be able to just push right back into me, swim his arm out, because all you're doing is just getting your arm really loose and just rolling it through. And if you could push into me and do that, you'll get it right back to that guard position every time. And we just discussed that if you end up where you started after doing all that work, it's kind of a waste, right? Waste of energy, waste of time. And remember, although it's a good position, you are still on the bottom, right? Other question. If you can't get your foot in, right? I'm here, I can't go anymore. You want me to show you that from a different angle? You blinked, didn't you? Oh no, I can't get in.
Magic.
Wow.
Does that make sense? I mean,
Yeah, it does.
so if you if you do that, right? Make sure. Come here a second. If I'm here and I feel like I can't get that in, right? I'm like, oh, I can't get my foot in. I'm gonna drop down. I'm squeezing my knee. Okay, I'm not just doing this because now look how far I am from him. Okay, and what's important about this position is how tight I am to him. I'm in like I'm on my side and just get out of the position for a second. This is how curled up I am. Okay, and that's important because Thursday, I think one of the things I talked about for people who were here was any space I give him is beneficial to him, right? So even more so in this case, if I'm trying to hold him in that position, especially if I don't have like a gi to like do any kind of like silly grips with and stuff, right? So I need to make sure when I get into that position, I'm utilizing his body and my body to be able to keep it as strong as possible. And if there's space, he's always going to be able to. That to me, please. When this is being done to me and he breaks me down, I'm always trying to do that, right? If you guys don't know that, you get shoulder crushed down. Okay, all I'm doing is just I'm just sliding forward and bringing my elbow to my head, right? If he keeps this nice and tight, now I can't just. You're good. Now I can't just.
What's he gonna do to me?
No, now
This feels like a
I
trap.
can't just easily roll my arm through and bring it back, right? So it's really important to keep this whole position really tight. Does that make sense? Okay, with that little bit of knowledge, I want to do this for like another 2 minutes, and then we'll start like the attack chain. Does that make sense, everyone? Any more questions before we do this a couple more times? Nope. Sikisagi, Sikisagi.
Boy, boy, boy.
Let's go. Let's bring it up, guys. Any questions?
So for the top leg of the clamp, is it better to be closer to in alignment with their spine, or does it have any better chance with that?
I like to be in line with the shoulder. Okay, I step on the hip and I bring my knee straight up so that my knee is reinforcing my grip. If you want to be a little wider, we were just talking about it over here. He's been playing this game in a slightly different way for a long time. If it works for you, do it. I'm giving you the position that's going to be strongest to hold. Okay? If you hold it the way I do it, it's going to be strong. If your body is struggling to get to that position, you need to modify it to fit you. Okay? I'd like to say my answers are all the right ones. Of course they are. But hey, you do you, right? Modify it to work for your body type, for your long legs, for your short legs, right? Whatever the case may be, modify it, right? Your whole jiu-jitsu has been modification, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what's going to work best for you? I'm going to give you what I feel is the strongest position to start from, the strongest position to be able to hold that from. And you need to just modify it to make it work for you. The other question he asked was, if I come to this position, which is the way I play this typically, will it conflict with anything we're going to be doing moving forward? The answer is yes. It will, the way he was playing it. There's going to be a little bit of a block when I go to a couple of the things I do. However, again, take that principle and make it work with the way you're playing it, right? If you go from the spine and come over, it's not going to make much of a difference. Not going to make much of a difference at all. Okay? I personally feel good going into the near hip and collapsing my knee. I feel that from a mental thing, right? It helps me keep that squeeze. Whereas when I go across the back, I tend to get lazy. I don't know if that like makes sense to anybody, but for me, it's a thing. If I bring my leg across your back, I'm like, okay, when my legs across your back, I'm keeping your posture down. If I feel you press I'll press back. Whereas if I'm on the inside hip, I'm squeezing, okay? My goal is I'm getting to this position right here where I'm just squeezing. We did the arm bar the other day, right? Is to bring your feet together, knees together, squeeze, right? I'm basically doing the same thing here. I'm bringing my feet together through my partner's body, even though this one's on this hip and this one's on this hip. I'm squeezing my knees together, and I'm pulling everything into me. Okay? So it's kind of the same principle as doing that arm bar from the guard, in a way. Okay, so let's move forward. Are we cool? Any more questions? No?
Good.
All right.
We're good.
Okay, so I want you guys to start from the beginning every time, but I'm just going to start right from that position, okay? So I got here, okay? If by chance my partner leaves his arm back from this position, I'm always going to reach up and grab it. Okay, why? Because it's simple and it's there, okay? Once I reach up and grab it, I don't need to switch my hands to do this Kimura, okay? Because I'm going to lose that every time. If I'm here and I got this crush and he tries to grab my leg or do something silly with it, I'm just going to reach up, grab his wrist, and all I'm going to do is roll my shoulder, my top shoulder towards the mat, okay? Has anybody found that their partner is leaving their arm behind? I need to hear it because I can't see everybody. Yeses, nos?
Yes.
So our people are leaving your arm behind, right? So if that happens, I want you to just reach up, grab it, and take your short little reverse grip kind of Kimura thing. I want to do that for 2 minutes and then move on because most people won't leave their arm behind. Okay? Most people, unless you're new to the position, are going to try and swim their arm through and get it back. Okay? So for like 2 minutes, let's do this Kimura and then we'll jump forward. Cool? Sigisagi, Sigisagi. Most people aren't spaghetti arming it and bringing it in. Most people are trying to get the arm over the head, right? And somebody even asked me the question, I don't remember who it was, but hey, when I'm trying to get my arm back, am I trying to go over the head? And the answer is no, because you'll end up in the worst position every time, okay? Which we're about to show you. So, as I come here, I break through, I come in. So, again, tight. I'm not out here. I gotta be tight and I gotta squeeze. Okay, so Nick tried to bring his arm over my head. I'm just catching it. Okay, options from here. Turn this way, please. Can everyone see me somewhat okay? I would say if you're having trouble seeing me, everybody try and come to the front as much as you can. Because from the sides it's gonna be hard and I'm gonna have to keep making circles, which I don't mind doing, but you know.
Get old, you're busy.
So he tried to bring his arm over and I caught it, okay? There's a couple options here. One is I just keep everything right where it is and catch his head. Now from here, I'm using my knee, pressure down on the shoulder, and I'm just hipping up and rolling forward. Okay? Option two is I just slide down to his tricep tendon and roll in, okay? One sucks, the other one sucks a little more, okay? So, from this position, right? We're going to start with the first one. I'm keeping my grip right in his shoulder. My thumb is down. I'm pulling the shoulder joint down. Okay? My bottom arm, my elbow. Come. I'm not even done yet.
Yes, you are.
My elbow has to drive into my hip. Okay? Keeping this position. I'm not letting my hands roll over. Okay? If I let my hands roll over, I'm not doing anything. Right? I got my grip, my elbow to my hip. Okay, he's tapping. If he doesn't tap, hips up, off, and roll this shoulder towards the mat. Does that make sense? Option two, you slide down a little bit to the tricep tendon, which is, here's his elbow, here's his tricep tendon. Here's where his tricep should be. Okay, there it is, right? So the tendon, the tricep tendon is right between the tricep and the elbow. Correct me if I'm wrong. Where is he? There he is. He knows, right? Okay. So if I get here and I'm like rolling, I can't get it, slide down and just drive your elbow so you can jump up, dude. Elbow to the hip is what's most important for both of these. Okay. You got your initial position. He tried to get his arm, just catch it. Now he's got a straight arm lock on him, right? You can also just like try and pull down on the elbow and put pressure and get like an arm bar from there. I don't particularly do that, but you can. I like to get the rotating shoulder lock, right? If I'm not getting that rotating shoulder lock, I just slide down to the tricep tendon, okay? Minimal movement, right? And then I just rotate it down, and I'm putting pressure on the elbow as well, okay? So, get to the position. Make sure you're tight. You got that grip. Pulling down in the shoulder joint. That's what's important. If you're on the tricep, really easy to get that arm out, right? I demonstrated that already, okay? On the shoulder joint, a little harder because you can't, I'm taking away your ability to rotate your shoulder to get your elbow back to your hip, right? So, keep the shoulder joint broken down. Good, strong position. Squeeze. Bury the elbow. Rotate your shoulder down. I usually step on the hip, put pressure with my knee on his shoulder as I try and just bring my hip up off the floor as I roll my top shoulder towards the mat. You should get that tap. If not, slide down to the tendon. Make sure you rebury that elbow and just do this with your grip right across that tendon. Cool? Everybody understand that? Questions? Comments, concerns?
My tricep.
Sugi Sagi!
Oi, oi, oi!
Is everybody getting the tricep, little straight tricep tendon lock?
Yes. Yes.
Is everybody getting the rotating shoulder lock?
Sometimes.
So I got some yeses, some no's, some hits and misses, right? I'm going to give you a little adjustment to help you with the rotating shoulder lock, okay? Where's the? Oh, you're here. Okay. I was gonna have to like just grab random person and make them.
I was hoping you would.
Yeah. So you were hiding is what you're
I
saying.
was behind the big people in the back.
So I'm here, right? Everybody got here. You went to this position. He tried to get his arm out. You caught it straight, right? Staying in the joint, pulling down, pulling into me, burying my elbow. I'm still not getting it. I'm bringing my. So the question was, how am I finishing this? I'm stepping on his hip. I'm squeezing his shoulders, and I'm going up this way. My ass is going in the air. My top shoulder's coming to the floor. I'm rotating his. I'm trying to rotate his arm to get a rotating shoulder lock. Okay? So I'm doing everything. I think I'm doing everything right. I'm still not getting it. Can you guys all see my grip from where you're at?
Yeah.
If not, go to a position where you can see my grip because this is really important. Okay? From here, I'm not getting it. I'm doing this. Okay? From here, I'm doing this. This top hand is going right into his armpit. Okay? I'm not just resting on the shoulder. I'm digging into his armpit. That's uncomfortable in itself. I don't know how it feels for him, but it's uncomfortable for me.
I'm not looking forward to the way we're going.
Okay? So, I'm here. I'm trying to do it. I'm not getting it. Open. Okay? My top hand, I'm right below his shoulder. My top hand, my wrist is in the joint still. My fingers come over and hook his armpit. From here, you're good there?
Yeah, I'm just laughing because I feel where this is going.
From here, bury the elbow. Okay? And then
Yeah. Pop.
hip up and rotate, right? Okay? But if you set this right, watch. Bury the elbow. He's tapping already. I don't even have to start bringing my ass into the air. Okay? It's all in how tight I'm set up. People who are having trouble, you're probably trying to do it from out here. Because from out here, I'm going to fail probably always. Right? At least on this. There's the next part of the chain, but I want to finish it before we get to the next part of the chain, right? Can't get it? Open. Bury the elbow. If your partner doesn't tap, ass up in the air, do that rotating the top shoulder down. Jump up. Okay, so all I'm doing.
I thought we were further in the floor. Mine is packed.
So, guys, my grip is right here, right? I'm going for this. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I'm doing is this. Keeping the upper arm right at the joint. My wrist is right in the joint. My fingers come over, hook the armpit as deep as I can get it into it. Stick those fingertips into that armpit. Bury the elbow into the hip. And if you still need to go further, your ass goes in the air as your top shoulder turns forward towards the mat. Okay? Using your foot, your knee, and your shoulder as your pivot points. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yeah.
Am I confusing anyone?
No more than usual.
No more than usual. Zigisagi, zigisagi! Okay, so the common thing I'm seeing for the people who are having a hard time finishing this is you're opening up and creating space. Okay? Whether it's you're pushing away and creating space between you and your partner, your knees or your elbows are opening up. From what I'm seeing mostly. way to call somebody out. Okay? So you just need to work on getting to the position and keeping that position, and then start your braking mechanism without letting your knees flare apart, right? It's important, again, how do you submit, create control above the joint, control below the joint, right? So my legs need to control above the shoulder as my arms are controlling below the shoulder, okay? If I loosen that up as I'm trying to do my brake part, I'm not controlling it anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
For the most part, at least, right?
Theoretically.
So, I can't go any further because of time, but what I can address is what you can do when you start creating that space. You all right, dude? Yeah. Did you just make like a, did you hear something come out of you? Oh, I thought you just said, oh my God.
No, that was the crowd.
I thought that was, I thought that was you saying.
You're reading my thoughts
Oh,
now.
fuck, here we go. I was gonna say, I could call like somebody else, right? So I'm here, right? Guys, look how tight I am on this, right? If you start drifting out here, you're not gonna get it, okay? Once I get this far away, I'm not getting it. He's gonna bring his arm over my head, and I'm gonna have to do something different at this point, right? All my other attacks that we're not gonna get to today. But if I'm here and I'm not getting it, right? As I start to bring my arm up, I could just also just rotate to my belly down, okay? I fucked up. I fucked up my initial attack. How do I turn that fuck up into a... It was a joke. I was really trying to do it anyway. Right? So all you need to do is, you're trying to get that rotation and get that shoulder lock. You're not getting it. Keep rotating. Okay, one more time. I'm here. I'm tight. Whether I'm super tight and I'm not getting it, or I start creating space. Hair. Okay?
Luscious hair.
Cut that stuff off.
Or get a cap with me.
Give me a cone head cap.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm here. I'm really tight. I'm not getting it. I'm loose. I'm not getting it. Okay. I know that the braking mechanism is to start the rotation, right? So I need to start the rotation by bringing my ass up. I'm not getting it. Keep going. Okay. I'm going to keep rotating over. I like to go all the way belly down. I'm keeping this knee straight as I come right into here. He's going to try and roll over to get out of this maybe, right? Roll with him. Roll over. Roll with him. And keep the arm. If he rolls over. If he doesn't, break him, right? And as you start your belly down, don't loosen your grip. Keep it tight. And as you get over, then you could slide down the arm, but keep it tight the entire time. Because again, you're rotating the shoulder as you're doing it. Make sense? Okay, so let's try this. We got like 2 minutes left. And let's try this a couple times and then, whatever.
So what do we do when our opponent tries to do this wicked nasty shit to us?
Okay, so check it out. My opponent tries to do these Nicky Wasty, nasty, that. Whatever you just said, I'm here, right? I'm in my guard. My opponent's going. Keep going. Extra slap for fun. That's just happening. I'm not doing that. It's the second time. I don't wanna. Don't let him fucking do it, right? And let's say I was a little, you guys stayed out too late last night because you wanted to watch fireworks and drink too much wine. I don't know. So let's say he goes for it now, right? And he gets me to right here. I can't bring it up, right? I'm coming right back to my guard position, right? If he got my arm straight, right? I'm not going to try and bend it this way, because if I bend it this way, what am I really doing? I'm giving him a Numaplata, I'm giving him a Kimura, I'm going to end up face first into the mat, right? I try and bring my arm over. He traps it. I'm going to his head, right? For those of you who were here on Thursday, one of the concepts I did when we were breaking the guard down was, go to the same position. One of the concepts I said was, don't control the neck because he could posture up and arch his back, and he's going to get that. Crown his head, create your space again. Create your space again. All right, he's not going to be able to extend on me, and I'm going to at least square back up to my guard. Okay, and because he was doing shit, now his legs aren't locked anymore. So now I can start my pass like immediately as I get back to my position. Does that make sense? So your initial move is to try and spaghetti arm it out. Okay? Palm up, elbow to hip. Not stiff. Go. Right? Spaghetti arms. Right? Okay, so it looks silly, but that's how you're gonna get out. Just try to be stiff and muscle shit, you're gonna muscle against muscle. If I just go limp, it's a hell of a lot easier for me to get my arm back. We can't try the other one because I'm overtime now.
Oh my
But
You're in charge right now. Open, man. Do it.
it's his fault.
Just keep going.
No, there's a class next, right?
Open mat to 11.
Oh, is it open mat next? If you guys want to try this for a couple minutes,
Okay,
yeah.
Open mat doesn't start till 11, so we got 30 minutes.
So you guys want to try the
Yeah.
go to the belly down, okay? So you're in here, you're going for your shoulder lock, you're not getting it. Maybe you dug the armpit, fingers to the armpit. You're still not getting it. Keep rotating over, keep the arm tight as you rotate over, and then extend out, lock the arm, and try and get the belly down arm bar. If your partner rolls, go with the roll, keep the arm, make sure you throw your leg over the head. Cool? Sigisagi, Sigisagi! I didn't get as deep into the chain as I wanted to because I only had an hour and 7 minutes. If you have any questions on any of this, come grab me, and I'll be happy to try and answer them the best I can, right? Like I said earlier, this is the way I play the game. If you play it differently, hopefully something I taught you can help enhance what you do with it, right? And if you never played it, hopefully this is a nice intro to it where you can start playing it and maybe develop something from it. And let me know what it is, right? If you can improve something I just showed you how to do to make it easier to get that finish, hey, dude, try this. I'm happy to get all that feedback, all right? I appreciate you guys all coming this morning. I hope you got something out of it. I think we're going to take a picture. And one last time, Sigisagi, Sigisagi!